On the news tonight, FCT Ministerial Task Team on COVID-19 warns schools against violating safety protocols. February 19th deadline for SIM integration with valid national identity numbers stands as correspondent gives an update on the process. And BBC Media Action partners NTA Channel 5 to further strengthen collaboration.
Hello, glad to have you join us on the news at 7 on NTA Channel 5, Abuja. I am Mariam George Jitubo. Figures from the Nigeria Center for Disease Control, NCDC, as at 19th January 2021, indicates 209 new cases of COVID-19 in the FCT, making the total number of confirmed cases to be 14,909, while active cases stand at 3,918, and the number of discharged cases in the territory now stands at 10,873, and sadly, 118 deaths have been recorded in the FCT. Meanwhile, the FCT Ministerial Task Team on COVID-19 enforcement has warned school administrators to fully comply with the safety guidelines or face prosecution. Head Media and Enlightenment of the task team, Iharo Atta, gave the warning during the team's inspection of schools after resumption to ensure compliance. Shuaibu Onoze Yakubu tells us more.
One of the conditions given by the Presidential Task Force on COVID-19 for the reopening of schools is for the schools to abide by the established safety protocols. It is against this backdrop that the FCT Ministerial Task Team on COVID-19 enforcement visited some schools in the territory to ensure compliance after resumption. The task team spokesman, Ikaru Atta, frowned at a situation where students are complying with the safety protocols, but the teachers and other staff are not.
The compliance level by the students and the pupils are very high in the FCT, very encouraging. But most pathetic and very sadly is the fact that teachers, some school workers, and some other persons around the school community, like the security men and some other cleaners, don't put on face masks. They believe that the face masks and the COVID-19 protocols are strictly for the students. And we felt really, really very sad about this.
He further says that the task team will not hesitate to prosecute anyone who violates the established guidelines on COVID-19.
We'll come again. Anybody default again, we'll focus on the teachers. When we carry teachers in their large number to the court and they get conviction, then they will sit off. But for the students, they are very, very much in compliance.
Schools visited include government secondary schools Garki, Wuse and Tudunwada, as well as some primary schools within the nation's capital. Shuaibu Onoze Yakubu, NTA News.
The Independent National Electoral Commission, FCT, says the Commission is working on modalities to commence the safe continuous voter registration exercise in the first quarter of 2021 amid second wave of the coronavirus pandemic. Resident Electoral Commissioner INEC FCT Yahaya Bello stated this in an exclusive interview with political correspondent Ifoma Ojinta on the prospect of the Commission in 2021.
Though the FCT political space was not as eventful in the year 2020, unlike previous years, as the coronavirus pandemic affected all aspects of human life, including political activities in the FCT. However, the year 2021 promises to be eventful as the Independent National Electoral Commission is adapting to the new ways of doing things in adherence to the COVID-19 protocols.
We look forward, to so many other activities, in this year. We didn't do much in 2020, but we did a lot. COVID-19, has definitely and is definitely going to change the way, everything is done, not only in this country, but even outside this country. It's going to affect and change the way we even conduct our elections.
To kickstart the year, the Commission is consulting with critical stakeholders to ensure that the continuous voter registration exercise commences in the first quarter of 2021.
The Commission will sit down, look at our challenges, look at the challenges posed, and created by the COVID-19, so that we know exactly how we are going to conduct continuing voter registration exercise that will be inclusive and everybody will be taken care of. This is what we have in store for now.
The reappointment of Professor Mahmoud Yakubu assures of continuity in improved technology, exploring ways in conducting elections that will be acceptable to all or the majority.
There is also need, for us to wait also and also push, for the electoral reforms, so that the election, the reforms that are going to benefit the election and also enable us to conduct elections without tears. I think by then, if it is there, it will help us also.
The second and third quarter of 2021 promises to be agog with electioneering activities in readiness for the 2022 FCT Area Council elections. Ifoma Ojinta, NTA News.
The FCT Police Command's division in Durumi has arrested one Mohammed Abdurrahman for impersonating as a superintendent of police, as well as an operative of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC. A statement signed by the command's public relations officer, ASP Mariam Yusuf, indicated that Mohammed was arrested on the 19th of January following credible intelligence. The statement described the suspect as being notorious for defrauding and attacking unsuspected members of the public by parading himself as a member of the force along the Mabushi Express axis. It listed 2 warrant cards, a handcuff, 1 tear spray, black belt, a red face cap, cutlass, and a black Toyota Camry with registration number AGL 541ET as exhibits recovered from the suspects. According to the Nigerian Communications Commission, NCC, the deadline for SIM integration with valid national identity numbers remains 19th of February, making it imperative for service providers and subscribers to get the process done to avoid penalties that comes with the non-compliance to government directives. In this report, Wofa Ibo gives an update of this current situation surrounding the process from offices of service providers in the FCT.
The process, which appears seamless for some subscribers, turns out an ordeal for others, as it is not just integration of SIM with valid national identity number name that subscribers have to deal with lately, as fear of inability of successful transactions looms.
We have been coming here for the past 1 week now just to get my line back, and I've not been able to do that.
I tried the information they gave online for you to link up with your NIN, and I did it, send the text, and it worked.
It's quite easy compared to like other networks.
5 people to my turn, they came out and gave us and told us that we are sorry, our system is down. We can't continue with you people again.
Though efforts to speak with some service providers failed, one service provider has this to say.
The process for our name is very seamless. Customers come in. For the customers that are unable to link with the code provided to them by our network, they walk in, we verify from the NIN portal, and we check with our own registration. And once the name and everything tallies, we link up, and it takes less than maybe 1 minute or 2, so customers are out of here.
As the process continues, subscribers are appealing that more service outlets be created to enable easy transaction. In Abuja, Wofa Ibo, NTA News.
Management staff of NTA Channel 5, Abuja, have commended the partnership with BBC Media Action, which has significantly impacted in the output of the station. This was during a courtesy visit to the station by representatives of BBC Media Action to further strengthen collaborations between the two organizations. Hakimat Aliyu has the details.
With interest in getting young people engaged in democratic governance in Nigeria, the BBC Media Action Programme, supported by the European Union, started the partnership with NTA Channel 5 Abuja 2 years ago. This meeting is to discuss continuation of the project, which was slightly affected by the pandemic.
One of the ways we thought about this is we want to come and discuss with NTA Channel 5 to find out what your preference will be, because we would like to continue with the trainings as we had originally agreed.
In response, the General Manager, NTA Abuja Channel 5, Fatima Abbas Hassan, noted that the interaction with BBC Media Action has recorded remarkable progress. Hence, they will put in their best to ensure the success of the project while adjusting to the new reality.
It has helped us particularly to be on top of our game. I think as soon as time permits, we can welcome your people to our premises. We usually have trainings, few people at a time.
Online modules and certificate courses as well as trainings are part of the lineups for the continuation of the partnership. In Abuja, Hakimat Aliyu, NTA News.
And talking religion, Christians have been enjoined to unite and speak in one voice through prayers against all vices bedeviling the world and the Church of Christ. FCT CAN Chairman Reverend Jonas Sampson made this call at the 3-day of the 7-day CAN tagged Prayers for Unity.
To function effectively as the body of Christ with a common purpose, which is to glorify God, Christians, irrespective of denomination, must wake up from their slumber and stand in the gap, speaking with one voice to God to restore peace and unity in the land. This chairman, FCT chapter of the Christian Association of Nigeria, Reverend Jonas Sampson, says is the reason for the 7-day FCT camp program tagged Prayers for Unity.
Jesus prayed that the church might be one. It is through unity we drive strength. It is through unity we're able to do many things. Through unity we express our love. Through unity there's forgiveness.
He is a solid rock on which either the church, the mosque, or the nation can stand. So we are here as Christians to emphasize the need for concrete unity and love among us first.
With the theme, Abide in Love and You Shall Bear More Fruit, Primate of Church of Nigeria, stood in by Bishop of Gogolada Diocese of the Anglican Church, Right Reverend Moses Taboyi told Christians to be one another's keeper, showing love, which is the greatest of commandments of God.
About love. Love is priceless.
Every arms of the Christians are here from all over Federal Capital. And that is a great thing, something that is not very common. You have seen it today.
Give thanks to God Almighty, the creator of heaven and earth, that he has made it possible for us to see this year, 2021.
Christians were unanimous in their prayers against the spirit of division. While Christians were advised to observe all COVID-19 safety protocols at all times, they also prayed for God's mercy to destroy the global pandemic. Deborah Gazajin-Micah, NTA News.
And now sports. The 4th edition of the Assam Games, which consists of a record number of 592 athletes, is set to get underway in Abuja today, while in the Premier League, Leicester City go to the top of the table after defeating Chelsea by 2-0 on Tuesday. Details of these and more on Sports Brief with Emmanuel Ubina.
A record number of 592 athletes drawn from 9 military and paramilitary agencies will take place in 15 sports at the 4th edition of One Service, One Media Games, which gets underway in Abuja today. Indeed, his first league goal sent Leicester City to the top of the Premier League table. Two first-half goals from Wilfred Ndidi and James Madison gave the Foxes an edge over Chelsea. Chelsea, who spent nearly €300 million on new players ahead of the season, dropped to 8th place, and Frank Lampard acknowledges he's under pressure to keep his job. In Germany, Bayern Leverkusen moved within 4 points behind Bundesliga leaders Bayern Munich with a 2-1 win over fellow challengers Borussia Dortmund on Tuesday. In Spain, Sevilla were victorious against Alaves by 2-1 on Tuesday to move up to 4th in the Spanish league table. In basketball, the Women's British Basketball League Cup final between Leicester Riders and Nottingham Whitecaps will not take place as scheduled this Sunday due to COVID-19 disruptions. With Sports Brief, Emmanuel Obina, NTA News.
And now a quick reminder. As a second wave of coronavirus ravages more countries around the world, please wash your hands often with soap and water for at least 20 seconds, especially after you have been in a public place. And that concludes the news in English. Do stand by for the translations. Have a good night rest.
shaje wa wana bi ku shagba dai iwana bai shi baba dai wa ma president fa yuba wani wa kwa na ba ge gai ake su da ya minister gbada go ya bwa bado nyasa ge corona bagbatu finya bala anya ba mutuba asana kuma yige zaza haigolo wa fi inge nyasa ya ko bagbatu ntala nun baba zaza ba azapui shabu on za yakubu wada inga bada gogma gbada go nya ge karo ata wani bai ga bagbatu ya minister a fita ga zaza haigolo wa fi bagbatu na bai ya sai ko yin kwa gishi umbo wa bai da bai ko ni sanu wa ba le shaba na ya ba mutu ba in kizu da anabayi ya su da ige bagbatu in aki a sabada gwagna a tuntun shi bayan ya NCC bai ga ige a sabada za su kogi do za yi bugi bazu yayi ni pie maka baba ga ko yin pia ko bele na pie wa wace chwa ma yin ga ko ta sha don za ngoto lo wasi ye gidon to aba awun suwe ya asabada ko ya we fa ibo wa dai nge aza dalo nge ala aba je we ya be ina ba aza ba mi ba lo ba igodu ba si asabada ko ye ntuge na badna ntuga aza ja shilo sanu ba lo ga ba yi ko yin ala ayesibi baje kalai nge yiku gbelodo ya jishoko yiwe mbugba agbanka kalai ya wu da sha anye via babe janu ayesibi nge shipaje da akinsin da nya ya Reverend Dr. John Samson bai da sanu ayesibi bai yeshi infeta nya ba jishoko yiwe ya sanza gbelodo nke kwanyi wagodo nga sa kwa bata zu sha nkankan Debra nge gazashi Micah wada nge Bishop gwagwala da Anglican ya Reverend Moses wala ISV nge salasi ya egbo gbodo ya gizaza wagodu nge ya ISV golo ya wi ejebagbatu nyasen ya ko ina bai tukwa ji ijebo njaje mugi mbe inu magbaje ana bai ku ze be jada wo se kwa ji fe yi won fi na gbada saisu
Masu kallon mu barkanmu da yammaci ga fasarar takaitattun labarai mai karantawa Isiyaku Buhari Suleja. Kwamitin Minista na yaƙi da cutar coronavirus ta gargaɗi makarantu da su cika dukkan sharuɗoɗi da aka saka don kiyaye kamuwa da cutar ko kuma su fuskanci hukunci. Wakilinmu Shu'aibu Onoze Yakubu ya ruwaito mana cewa wanda ya bayar da gargaɗin shine shugaban yaɗa labarai da kuma wayar da kai na kwamitin Ikaro Ata. A lokacin da tawaga suna ziyarar duba makarantu bayan dawowa daga hutu don tabbatar da sun bayar da haɗin kai. A A cewar hukumar sadarwa na ƙasa ta bayyana cewa ranar da aka saka don haɗa layukan waya da lambar katin shaida na ɗan ƙasa bai canza ba, yana nan akan 19 ga watan Fabrairu. Wakiliyarmu Wofa Ibo ta ruwaito mana cewa a ci gaba da yin rajistan al'umma sun yi kira da cewa ya kamata a buɗe ƙarin wajajen yin rajista domin samun sauƙin yi. An yi kira ga kiristoci da su kasance masu haɗa kai da kuma magana da murya ɗaya wajen addu'o'i. Wakiliyarmu Deborah Mika Gezaji ta ruwaito mana cewa wanda ya yi wannan kira shine shugaban kiristoci na babban birnin tarayya Reverend Jonah Samson a wajen addu'o'i da aka yi na kwana 3 wanda ƙungiyar ta shirya yi na kwanaki 7 na haɗin kai. Jama'a, ƙarshen fasarar takaitattun labaran kenan. Mu kwana lafiya.
Uhuruchi ọma Igbo bụ Igbo, ọkwa taa ka anyị si anabata gị n'akụkọ ụwa nke taa. Ọka akụkọ bụ mụ Rachel Ifi Ono gere akụkọ ụwa na uju ya. Ụlọọrụ na-ahụ na-edobere iwu nje korona adọọla ndị isi ụlọakwụkwọ dị iche iche aka na ntị ka ha dobe iwu na usoro nje korona. Onye ọrụ anyị Shuaibu Onoze Yakubu wetara akụkọ na onye isi ya bụ ụlọọrụ Iharo Ata mere ka nke a pụta ìhè mgbe ndị ọrụ ya gara n'ụlọ akwụkwọ dị iche iche ịmata etu ha si edebe iwu nje korona. Ọ gakwara n'ihu kwuo na ụmụ akwụkwọ na-edobe iwu nje korona ma ndị nkụzi na ndị ọrụ ndị ọzọ anaghị edobe ya bụ iwu. Ọ gbakwunyekwara na ha agaghị egbu oge n'inye ha ntaramahụhụ dịka iwu kwadoro. Ụlọ akwụkwọ ha gara gụnyere gọọmenti sekọndịrị skuul Gariki, Tudu Nwada nakwa ụlọ akwụkwọ ndị nta ụfọdụ dị n'isi ala anyị. Dịka ụlọọrụ na-ahụ maka mkpakọrịta ụka n'ala anyị NCC n'aha ịchafụ bekee nọ n'idebe akara ekwentị na kaadị njirimara, onye ọrụ anyị Wofa Ibo wetara akụkọ na ya bụ ndebe akara ekwentị ga-emechi n'abalị 19 nke ọnwa abụọ n'afọ 2021. O mekwara ka anyị mata na ha mere nke a iji nyere ọtụtụ ndị aka debanye akara ekwentị ha gbagbanarị ntaramahụhụ, ebe ọtụtụ ndị edebeghị nke ha rịọrọ ka ha wepụta ogige dị ọtụtụ maka ya bụ ndebanye aha. Ndị otu Kraịst akpọkuola ndị okpukpe ha niile ka ha jikọọ aka ọnụ ma na-ekpesi ekpere ike ma na-ekpegide nsogbu ndị na-adakwasị ụlọ ụka nakwa ụwa niile gbaa gburugburu. Onye ọrụ anyị Deborah Gazaji Maịka wetara akụkọ na onye isi oche ndị otu Kraịst n'isi ala anyị ụkọchukwu Jonah Samson kpọrọ oku a n'abalị nke 3 n'ime abalị 7 ha wepụtara iji kpee ekpere maka ịdị n'otu n'isi ala anyị, ebe onye ụkọchukwu ukwu nke ụlọ ụka Anglican nke Gwagwalada Moses Fabuwaye mere ka ha mata mkpa ọ dị ịhụ mmadụ ibe ha n'anya dịka o so na iwu nke Chineke. Ọ gbakwara ha ume ka ha dobe iwu na usoro nje korona oge niile. Onye ọma na-ege ntị, ọkwa n'otu a ka ọ ha anyị n'ọnụ bụ akụkọ ụwa nke uhuruchi a. Chebirekwa ihe oge echi niile. Ndewonu.
ìròyìn iléeṣẹ́ amóhùnmáwòrán ìkànnì karùn-ún ti ìlú Àbújá ló dé sí etí ìgbọ́ yín. Bọ́lájí Mátì ni oníròyìn. àjọ tó ń gbé ìfọ̀pá l'Àbújá lórí àjàkálẹ̀ àrùn COVID-19 ti ṣe ìkìlọ̀ fún gbogbo alámòjútó ilé ẹ̀kọ́ wípé kí wọ́n tẹ̀lé àwọn ìlànà ètò ààbò COVID-19 tàbí kí wọ́n rí ìjà ọba. Alákòjọpọ̀ ìròyìn Ṣùáìbù Ọ̀nàsẹ̀ Yakubu ròyìn wípé aṣáájú àjọ ọ̀hún Ìháró Àtà ló gbé ìkìlọ̀ ọ̀hún kalẹ̀ lásìkò ètò àbẹ̀wò sí àwọn ilé ẹ̀kọ́ lẹ́yìn tí wọ́n padà sí ẹnu ètò ẹ̀kọ́ láti rí i dájú wípé wọ́n tẹ̀lé àwọn ìlànà ètò ààbò COVID-19. Gẹ́gẹ́ bí àjọ ìgbìmọ̀ ètò ìgbóhùnsórí ẹ̀rọ ayélujára yẹn NCC ti sọ wípé ọjọ́ 19 oṣù tó ń bọ̀ yìí ni ètò àti dá àmì ìdánimọ̀ lórílẹ̀‐èdè pọ̀ mọ́ àmì ẹ̀rọ ìbánisọ̀rọ̀ lórí afẹ́fẹ́ yóò dópin. Èyí fi hàn wípé àwọn oníṣòwò àti àwọn oníbàárà láti ṣe ohun tó tọ́ kí wọ́n má bàa rí ìjà ọba. Alákòjọpọ̀ ìròyìn Wọ́fà Ìbọ̀ ròyìn wípé ohun gbogbo ń lọ yíká ètò ọ̀hún l'Àbújá. Ọ̀pọ̀ oníbàárà sọ̀rọ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ sì ni àwọn tó gba iṣẹ́ ọ̀hún ṣe náà sọ̀rọ̀ bí wọ́n ti ń béèrè fún ọ̀pọ̀ ibùjókòó mìíràn kí ohun gbogbo lè rọrùn. Àwọn mìíràn sọ nínú ọ̀rọ̀ wípé àwọn òṣìṣẹ́ ò dá wọn lóhùn gẹ́gẹ́ bí ó ti yẹ. Wọ́n ti rọ gbogbo ọmọ lẹ́yìn Kristi wípé kí wọ́n ṣera wọn lóṣùṣù ọwọ̀ nípasẹ̀ àdúrà láti borí àwọn ìṣòro tó ń da bákan ilé ìjọsìn ìgbàlà aráyé. Alákòjọpọ̀ ìròyìn Deborah Gachashin Mika ròyìn wípé alága ọmọ ẹgbẹ́ lẹ́yìn Kristi l'Àbújá pẹ̀lú ọ̀rọ̀ olúwa Jonah Samson ló pe ìpè ọ̀hún níbi ètò àdúrà ọjọ́ méjì láti gbóhùn sókè sí Ọlọ́run ọba fún ìrẹ́pọ̀. Ètò ọ̀hún di ọjọ́ 3 lónìí òde yìí tó kì í dùn kó pọ̀ ní ọbẹ̀ oge títí ìwòye ọ̀la. Oore.